One of the worst feelings that we can have is grief. It feels like a punishment, like a torture. Just the absence of the thing, the person, the soul that we're grieving for. It's just hard to come to terms with. We can actually appreciate that feeling of grief. And I'll give you a few ways of how we can do that. So the first one is that we can remember grief reminds us to treasure the things that we have. So time with others has a value because it's limited. If we all lived forever, me hanging out with you wouldn't mean anything because we'd both be able to say, well, we could do that anytime. We could do that in 100 years. We could do that next week. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't have any value. Even when we did spend time together, it wouldn't be as precious because when you think of a commodity, the more there is of something, the less it's worth. So if far too much grain is grown one year, then the price of grain goes way down. And if there was an unlimited amount of grain, then grain would be essentially worthless. And so when we think of time that way, we can remember that the time that we have is all we're given, and the time that we have with others is very precious, and it's precious because of that limitation, because we know there will come a day when it will end. Number two, grief can show us just how capable of love we are. So the more I grieve for something, my cat, for example, who passed a little over a year ago, he and I were best friends. And it was absolutely devastating. In fact, it still is sometimes. I can still feel myself tearing up about him. And that showed me just how capable of love I was for another creature. And his absence is horrible, but that reminder of who I am as a person, what my soul is capable of, is absolutely wonderful. Number three, it can be a reminder of just how lucky you are. So yes, feeling grief can remind you that you have this amazing luck, that you got to experience that other soul, that other being, that you were so lucky, you are so lucky that you got to have those experiences with that other soul. And the way luck seems to work is if you've been that lucky once, you'll be that lucky again. And you probably are that lucky presently, going back to the first point of that reminder of valuing the time that you have. So it's kind of a bonus, something that I've covered in another video, but I wanted to throw in at the end here, is because you have loved someone and you've been close to them, you actually take on aspects of their personality, just as they would take on aspects of your personality. So they are always with you. They will always be a part of you, so long as you want them to be. That is entirely up to you, but you'll always catch yourself doing something that you can say that's from that person or that soul or whatever, that thing that I loved. It's always related to that. And then just always remember when you're grieving, the thing or the person that you're grieving for, the animal, the family member, whatever it might be, they don't want you to grieve. They love you. They want you to be happy. And so they don't want your sadness. They want you to go on with life and live a wonderful, happy, joyous life. So you can always honor them by being happy in their honor. Now, let me know what you guys think. Remember to hit like and share this if it hit you. Have a great day.